I found 4 cases highlighting extreme Karen behavior, featuring 4 individuals who later faced the consequences, starting with notorious poolside Karen.
And then she started calling us Mexican trash. Please make them leave. Yes, they don't belong here.
This is Blair Featherman, a 49-year-old woman who on July 2nd, 2023, was recorded assaulting and hurling racist remarks at a Spanish family at her neighborhood pool in Lakewood, Colorado. She stated, among other things, that the family don't belong here. We'll let you decide whether she means the Alta Green Mountain Apartments or the country as a whole. After this footage of Mrs. Featherman was recorded, she still decided it was a good idea to call the police. 6 officers responded to the scene and were greeted by a trove of people all willing to stand up for the victims.
So both my boys rent an apartment here. They reserved the clubhouse to have a family barbecue and family gathering, a few friends. When I arrived with food, the blonde girl gave me crap about, she came up to the gate and she said, "Do you have a fob?" I said, "No, but my boys live here." She said, "Well, I work at the front desk," which she doesn't. Then as more of our family started gathering, she was getting more pissed and more pissed. She started mouthing off to my granddaughter saying, hey, where's Lexi? What did she tell Lexi? You don't live here? What are you doing here? You don't live here? We're just getting very, very nasty. My son, who lives here, tried to go over and, calm the situation like, hey, we're having a family barbecue. We live here. We've got a fob. And her brother went down on him, attacked him. He fell on the rocks.
I'm sorry, can you...
The family then shows the officers this footage. Whilst they were the first to see it, this embarrassing clip would soon end up gracing the eyes of millions.
Yeah, it's true. You have a fob, 2 people. You have a Mexican party in the pool. Trash. Oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't just record me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you guys are such losers. Go back down to Denver. I live here. Nowhere where you ever came from, you low class swine. Oh my God, it's so dumb and you're wearing it at the pool, you idiot. Yeah, you don't even know what Hermes is. I have Hermes sandals on. Oh yeah, and these? Hold on, wait, this is good. And these? No.
Like most Karens, Blair attempted to make herself seem more important than Alexis Alba, shaming for wearing the designer brand Hermes, almost as if she believes people who don't look like her don't belong in such expensive clothes. The family then continued providing their accounts to the officers.
The blonde girl.
The blonde girl
This lady?
No, over there.
Do you see her with her thong on?
Okay.
That's her. And then she started calling us Mexican trash. Just being extremely derogatory.
Okay, so what do you want the police to do here?
We don't want you guys to do anything. They called
Do you want to press charges or anything?
No, but
I have a suspicion that there was probably some cat fighting and
There was
alcohol going
back and
on,
forth.
mutual blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. They're the ones called the peace, okay?
Okay.
We're
So
just
what's the
trying to go
plan?
on with our
still
evening,
going.
that's it.
Still.
We just got upset because we thought they were racial profiling.
They were.
You know,
She said,
and
"Oh,
that's
go
why
back
what
home."
pissed us off.
Yeah.
Go back
You guys don't want to press charges?
And you know what? We're not Mexicans. We're Spaniards, man.
We're going separate ways with our
There's
a
cops
difference.
involved.
There is.
No, and it
good with
pisses me
that.
off because we're brown and attractive people. You know, there was a little bit of jealousy going
We're
on
code
there.
for it if we didn't already say.
So if we could just
We just wanted to diffuse it. They called it. We just wanted to diffuse it.
While the family of victims are completely calm, cordial, and polite with the police, the same can't be said for Mrs. Featherman, who's about to show these officers just how entitled she really is.
Can we chat?
Sure.
What's going on?
Well, so basically this pool lately has had a lot of pool hoppers. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I like to enjoy my pool. I have 2 girls that don't even come to the pool anymore because of all the pool hoppers.
Okay.
They don't even enjoy it because we know who is here and who's not.
Okay.
So apparently I think they had a birthday party or something, but I asked, so here's all I did. I was right here, and see the Louis Vuitton guy? He's the one who started it all. That motherfucker. I said to him, I said, do you have a fob? Because that's what everyone's saying. It's not just me. Other people are living there asking for people with
Is he
fobs.
with the big group over there?
Right, but I said you're only allowed to have 2 people. Meanwhile, the whole pool is filled with a fucking party. These people don't have a fob. You're only allowed to have 2 guests, not 20.
Sure.
So we're over here, mind you. This whole crew over here comes over, bum rushes me. I had 2 girls fucking trying to kill me. So I tried to defend myself, but my phone is gone, and I recorded everything, and they probably have my phone.
Who has your phone?
We don't know. Someone took my phone because I recorded the whole thing.
What kind of phone was it?
It was an iPhone, the smaller one, not the big one.
7 or 10?
Shoot, I don't know.
Okay. How much did it cost you?
I don't even know. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I put it on record, and I was recording the whole thing, and they took my phone.
Featherman paints herself as the victim of an assault by 2 women, as well as the theft of her cell phone. However, as more and more officers respond to the scene and begin interviewing more witnesses, a very different story to her own keeps being corroborated over and over.
I think it started, I hate to say this, I think she's racist. She's saying I don't belong here, I don't live here.
But I just want to let it be known, like, I want to press charges because she did put her hands on her. And she just keeps going on saying that we're dirty Mexicans, that we don't belong here, we need to go back to where we came from, we're trash.
She started all of that, and so she started making racist remarks to this entire group over here. I'm not even a part of them. Like, she started making racist remarks. So 2 of them went over there and they're like, what's the deal? She swung on the girl who has like the pink bikini over there. She swung on her, so then she started fighting her. Yes, but in this entire time, I was even telling her, like, I'm like, here swimming with my kids. I was like, hey, can you guys just chill out? She's like, great fucking parenting, take your kids out the pool. I'm like, well, maybe you guys should stop fighting. Like,
They say every story has 2 sides, but it seems more like this one has a dozen sides saying the same thing and one lying. But in any investigation, someone has to take down everyone's account. Here, one very patient officer has been doing just that with Blair and her friends.
Because I've got a female with pretty good injuries that is blaming you as well. It's kind of this thing.
Well, maybe she attacked me, and
Maybe
I
you
defended
did,
myself.
maybe you did. I
Well,
don't know.
okay, so
she
here,
came
I'm
at me, you
gonna
know
tell you
what I
right
mean?
now, so when
didn't
you
run
move
after her.
from an area
Good,
to come
but
to
I
the
was
other
trying
area,
to
that's an
out.
aggressive
Fuck,
act.
bitch.
Well, I get that.
Is it not?
I get
My
it.
man?
Well, God,
I
mean,
depending on the circumstances. Okay, but more than one person, absolutely. When you're dealing with one person and 8 people come over, that's an aggressive act.
Can I explain one thing? So, and again, I don't know the whole story about what you guys were talking about with my partner over here. I was conversing with some of the folks over there, and then this is what they told me, and then correct me if any of this is accurate or wrong, okay? So,
While Blair and her friends continue rattling off lies about who attacked who, which again have already been disproven by video evidence, an officer who's totally done entertaining their entitlement returns to give them a reality check.
Okay, so here's the bottom line. I'm going to speak now, and you guys can follow up with me tomorrow after I review the camera. Okay. I have an independent witness that is one-on-one basis with the district manager here. I said you were saying racist stuff, instigating everything, blowing it up, and then when they confronted you, you couldn't handle it. Well, we're going to review the cameras tomorrow when they come in. I'm going to talk to Wyatt, okay? And I'll see what happened, okay? We've got them identified. I will look at the cameras. If it's one side or the other, we'll handle it appropriately. That's all, okay? It's not personal. We just can't verify anything today. And this guy who called the district manager, we can't make him leave today. That's where we're at.
Not willing to tolerate any more interruptions, the brief shift into a tougher one from this officer gives a much-needed wake-up call to Blair and her male cronies. Sadly, it doesn't work, as they all keep trying to play victim while a dozen unrelated people all corroborate her culpability. Maybe they'll finally take accountability when shown some irrefutable proof.
He lives here. He had the guy's number on the fly, and he was an independent witness. Okay. So, who? Do you know who I talked to? No, you don't know who. It's none of them. It's an independent person that was sitting by themselves that said you were saying horrible racist things, and they got upset about it. Well, but this guy's not affiliated with them. That's why I'm like, okay, is he telling me the truth since he's not you or them?
oh, so when I get ambushed by all of them coming over here,
that's what we're going to review the
and they
camera
yell
for,
at me,
okay?
white bitch, like 4 times.
Okay.
So there's 2 discriminating things.
I get it, and that's why I want the
And they
camera
don't
before we do
belong
it,
here.
before we make any action,
They
okay?
don't belong here.
They do if they reserve the clubhouse, which is what they did.
Unless
we do this order.
Look at that.
So
Look at all of
let me
that.
tell you something. According to the guy who was on the phone with, that I believe to be the district manager, if they paid the $200 to rent that out, they've got the clubhouse for that day.
Not the pool.
Yeah, the pool.
No.
Yeah, the pool.
But they usually.
Why don't you argue
For some
with Wyatt
reason, you
tomorrow
don't like
about
me.
their civil agreements?
Listen.
Because you've been calling me all kinds of horrible
Listen.
things since I
I've
got
been
here.
calling horrible things.
These fucking cops, I'm listening to you,
I
okay?
didn't see these fucking cops.
Yeah, you did to your buddy on the phone. It's on the
Look,
buddy
if
cam.
you have your own
okay?
insecurities, I can't deal with that.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna review the footage tomorrow, and
It's like I'm in trouble because I paid.
You're not in trouble. Do you see me writing your ticket? We're putting
Usually
your
they
handcuffs.
will tell us.
Well, they didn't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, if that's their policy, if that's their MO, they didn't. I'm sorry.
It seems Blair's entitlement knows no bounds. Even after learning that the family they accused of not living there had the building manager on speed dial, called him, and confirmed they had paid to book the pool, she refuses to take any accountability, somehow doubling down on her delusions.
Look at this. This is a joke shop.
I want you to
Do
be
you see
quiet.
all this? That's my hair they pulled out. Other than the fact, fucking Tash put down all of that.
Okay.
She's upset. I mean,
I know,
visibly.
I know.
Visibly.
All of that.
Visibly.
What we're
You know.
trying to say at this point, we're going to review camera footage and follow up building management.
I get it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go from there.
Right.
And if this guy needs a fat fine because he's lied about renting the place out, or
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, or if someone assaulted her, we'll
And,
deal with
well,
that.
and,
Oh my
and,
God, I
and,
was
and I'm going to
like
tell you,
15
if they did rent it out and it's legit,
It's one thing
then
if
they're
you say something,
legit.
you can't
But
touch
it's still,
someone.
you
You
have
can't
an
try and
assault.
like someone.
You have an assault going on.
Right.
In America, I believe you can say whatever you want
To a
somebody.
point. So there is a
To a point,
to a
but
point.
to
There is
say
we have a charge in here, disorderly conduct. It's saying things that are likely to incite violence.
In Colorado, disorderly conduct can range from Class 1 to 3 misdemeanors. The officer is referring to a Class 1 offense involving public disturbances or offensive utterances. However, charges here seem unlikely. This officer is just showing an impeccable example of trying to de-escalate a situation. Blair and her group eventually leave the pool, believing they're right, but they'd soon be in for a major reality check.
Well, and I'm here tomorrow and Tuesday.
I think
so will
they took.
do my
I think they
best.
stole my flip flops too.
If that happens tomorrow, I'm
You
coming
probably
to
have
you.
never had nice flip flops in your life.
Cody's. Oh, yeah. So we're in at 3 o'clock.
Of course, once video of Blair was posted on social media, she went viral, being called the poolside Karen. Despite the fact that no charges were filed, the public backlash was enough for Blair to think it was a good idea to go on a media tour in a paper-thin attempt at making herself look like the victim.
They swarmed over like a swarm of bees. It was very fast. I was literally curled up in the ball, just like this, trying to do as much as I could to get them from getting in close to me, because I had 4 women on top of me.
Thankfully, most people can see right through her act. Now, while Blair Featherman's only real punishment was being branded as a Karen for the rest of her life, some Karen's entitlement knows no bounds. Like this mind-blowing case of a woman who put throwing a temper tantrum above the safety of her newborn baby. In February 2023, officers responded to a 911 call that was too outrageous for anyone to believe.
Going to school, all these pedestrians out here. Yeah. She's hauling ass around me. All that she did to ask her not supposed to ride. She said, I do it all the time. Yeah. Start taking pictures. And when she grabbed Ace's hand and pulled Ace toward her and started fighting, grab him by her wrist and start fighting to get the palm off of Ace.
Did she ever throw any punches or anything?
Yep, one, but it landed right here on Ace.
Hit her on her shoulder.
Officer Gabriel Fisher responded to the scene at the Grand Central bus station in St. Petersburg, Florida. It turned out that, as unbelievable as it sounded, the 911 call had been correct. As witnesses corroborated to Officer Fisher, a woman with an infant strapped to her chest had been rapidly riding a scooter and assaulted an elderly female security guard.
Hey man, what's going on?
Nothing. I missed my bus.
Okay. So why are we out here?
Why? Because I missed my bus.
Why am
What
I
kind
here?
of question? You tell me. You're approaching me, sir.
Okay. Well, here's the long and short of it. Okay. Lose the attitude with me. I didn't cause any
Am
problems.
I under
for you.
arrest?
What at first looks like an unassuming young mother and child is in fact the suspect, Destiny Froese. Just as the witnesses described, her infant child is, in fact, strapped to her chest. How someone could ever do what she's accused of with their child in such a vulnerable position is unthinkable. But it's about to become extremely clear that Froese is quite capable of that and much worse.
No, I'm asking, am I under arrest
I
right
can
now?
make that decision right now. Do you want to go to jail?
Am I currently under arrest?
You're being trespassed at the very least. Okay?
For what?
She wants you off the property. You better lose the attitude. What
Then
is
I
with
will
you?
leave. I will leave.
Give me your information real quick.
No, thank you.
Give me your information
No,
real quick.
sir.
Ma'am, listen.
Sir.
We're not playing this game.
I have a
We are not
meeting to
playing
go
this game.
to.
We're not playing this game. Give me your information right now because you're being detained on
For
suspicion
what?
of assault. You on battery.
Assault?
You put your hands on the security.
Are you
guard.
serious?
Give me your name and information right now.
If you want it, you can get it from
No,
here.
I'm not getting it from anybody else. You give me your information right now.
Please
ma'am.
excuse me.
Do not do
Please
this.
excuse me.
You have a child on your chest.
Exactly.
Do
Look
not
how
do
close
this.
you are.
Do not cause issues while you have a
Is your
child.
body
What is
cam on?
wrong? Yes, it's on.
Perfect. Thank you.
Give me your information right now.
No, thank you. I'm leaving. I am leaving. Am I under arrest?
You're being detained.
No.
Yes, you
Detained
are.
for what?
I told you already, for battery.
In the state of Florida, battery is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year's sentence or a $1,000 fine. However, as the victim is a licensed security guard, the charge would actually be a felony with much harsher sentencing guidelines. Destiny is showing a clear misunderstanding of the term detained here. While she isn't yet under arrest, as the officers are investigating a crime, she is not free to go and must follow their lawful order to identify herself.
I'll call my attorney on that one too.
Excuse you, ma'am. Give me your ID right now. I'm not playing this game with you. Then give me something with your name on it and give me your information.
Let go of my arm.
Stop trying to pull away from me. Stop trying to pull away from me. Stop it. What is your deal? Just give me your information. Alright. So you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail and your child's gonna. Put your hand down. Don't raise your hand at me. Ma'am, no, listen. You're gonna go to protect. You're gonna go to jail and your child's gonna protect the service.
Don't say that about my child.
Stop. Hands down.
You need to listen.
Dad, you guys need to back the fuck up.
No, we don't.
All her manic screaming, flailing, and attempts to pull away from the officers could also land her a resisting arrest with violence charge at best, or a battery on an officer charge at worst, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. On top of all this, she's putting herself at risk of losing custody of her child and showing herself as an unfit mother. But despite all the trouble she's just brewed up for herself, she somehow thinks it's a good idea to act like this.
Child's gonna protect the service.
Don't say that about my child.
Stop. Hands down.
You need to listen.
Dad, you guys need to back the fuck up.
No, we don't.
Ma'am,
I need my bag.
do you have anything with your name on it? And what do you have with your name? Pull it out.
I already asked you for your license.
You're very, very disrespectfully. Thank you.
Just reach over and grab it. You live here in St. Peter? No.
I do. I live at the Alpha House in Dallas.
The Alpha House in Dallas.
Sorry?
You know the address there? What's the little one's name?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It really doesn't.
Today it does.
It doesn't.
It
No, it
does.
doesn't.
It does, ma'am.
It
Listen.
doesn't.
Ma'am, listen. There's allegations that you put your hands on someone. Okay? So because the child's present, when that happened, I need the little one's information.
Fed up with her attitude and appalled by her total disrespect for her own child, Officer Fisher walks away to speak with the actual victim.
Where's that guy who said he saw everything? Huh? That guy that witness that what you saw, where'd he go? Did he already leave? Alright. Alright, where did she hit you? She hit you in the face? With both hands? Yeah, well, she did it to herself. She put that baby in harm's way, so.
While the footage is obscured, the victim here points out her head and upper body as the places Destiny hit her. Her name is Aisha Latifa Abdullah, a 66-year-old grandmother working as a security guard. Meanwhile, the other officer is still exercising a massive amount of patience in dealing with Ms. Froze.
So what's going on?
Again, there was allegations that you put your hands on someone. So in the state of Florida, any unwanted touching, that's considered battery. Okay? If someone touched you first and then you touched them, then like that's possible, right? But any unwanted touching, that's battery. So this officer has to conduct his investigation. So I don't know which I'm here, right? You saw when I got here, I came right to you. So I don't know what the other side is saying, but he has to conduct his investigation. An allegation of a crime has occurred. So if he asks for your ID and you refuse to give it to him, that in itself is a crime. Okay? So, look, I don't know what route he's going here, what he intends to do, but, I mean, let's just take deep breaths and figure all this out, all right? And, like, again, I don't know how far he's going and what's being, completely alleged. All I know is someone called and they said that you put your hands on someone, okay? That's a crime. The reason why I asked for his name is when a crime's involved in front of a minor, I have to report it to DCF. I have to.
Well, then I need to call the house that I'm staying at because it's a DCF middleman right there.
Okay. But again, I mean, listen, I don't know what the other side is alleging right now other than you put your hands on her, okay?
I didn't put my hands on her until she swung back at me because I went to snatch the phone out of her hands.
Destiny doesn't realize it, but even after being told the definitions of every crime she's being investigated for, she just admitted to committing battery by stating she was the first person to unlawfully touch the other, as well as admitting that at any point she did begin hitting Aisha Abdullah. But just watch how embarrassing her attempt to wise up and follow the kind of bad legal advice you'd find on Facebook is when Officer Fisher returns.
Rose?
Yeah.
Alright, Miss Rose, do you want to answer any questions and talk to me about what happened today or no?
I mean, am I being placed under arrest?
Yeah, I'm going to read you your rights before I talk to you. Do you want to talk to me or am I going to waste my time reading your rights?
Hey, I'm being placed under arrest.
I said you're going to read your rights.
Am I being placed under arrest?
Do you want to talk to me or not?
I'm asking a question so I can make arrangements. Am I being placed under arrest?
More than likely you're going to jail. Do you want to talk to me or no? Do you want to answer any questions about what happened? Or tell your side of the story?
Like what?
Do you want to? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
Ma'am, he's asking you if you want to answer questions.
And I need to make sure my son does not go into any of y'all's hands.
Ma'am, let's worry about this side of it first, and then obviously I'm not going to rip a child out of a mom's arms. It's not how this works.
Hey.
Destiny continues ignoring the officer, calling a family member to come pick up her child, whose safety she's suddenly very concerned with. Now, where was that concern when she was assaulting a grandmother?
Is that dad or a friend?
That's his aunt.
His aunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I'm missing my work meeting too.
Listen. In order for him to ask you specific questions about what happened today, he would have to read you your rights. Okay? Part of reading you your rights, if you don't want to answer questions, then he's not going to read them. So if you're willing to answer questions and tell your side of the story, he's going to read it to you and then ask questions. But if you don't want to talk, he's not going to take the time and read it to you.
Okay.
That's what his question is.
No, not talking.
He can only help you.
Yeah, not talking.
Alright, that's fine.
While Destiny is undoubtedly a Karen and in the wrong here, it's incredibly important to remember that police are allowed to lie to you in pursuit of a confession. That's exactly what Officer Fisher did. Talking to the police can lead someone to confessing without even realizing it. If a person believes they've done no wrong, it's best to state you're involving your Fifth Amendment rights. Comply with lawful orders, but remain completely silent until you have an attorney present. After a 30-minute wait, the child's Aunt Leah arrives to pick him up.
We'll let him, he'll let him know.
Okay. Can I tell you something real quick?
I'm gonna be easy.
Okay.
That I'm handling you or nothing, okay? Just relax, though.
Okay.
Destiny was charged with felony battery on a licensed security officer. At the time of this recording, the case remains ongoing, but considering her outright confession on camera, it's safe to say she'll likely face conviction. But Karens don't just disregard the safety of infants. As contemptible as it sounds, some Karens even despise dogs and disabled people. On February 16, 2023, an officer from the Indian River County Sheriff's Department in Fort Pierce, Florida, responded to a call at a local public supermarket, claiming that someone had assaulted a disabled man with a service dog.
A service dog here. Another customer said it's not a service dog, so she kicked him in the ass.
She kicked the service dog, or
no, the gentleman?
Yeah,
that's what he said. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No. How you doing now? Babysitter. It's the gentleman right there with the blue shirt for the dog, and I believe the lady.
She's wrong. You gotta run quick.
I don't think she's gonna outrun me. That's for sure.
That's a fact.
Where's she at? That lady over there? I got you, Mom.
She's trying to move quickly because she knows she stepped down.
The victim's name is Martin Drabeck, a disabled 71-year-old man. He eagerly directs the officer to the woman who he claims assaulted him, hoping she wouldn't have time to flee. Now, no matter what you imagine this assaulter might look like, I guarantee you'd never expect what the officer encountered next.
Oh, here he is.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
So the asshole really did call you, huh?
Yes.
Good.
Wo's going on?
Well, his fucking dog jumped on him. Afterwards, I kicked him in the ass.
You kicked
Okay?
You kicked
So
who?
what would you like to discuss?
What's the story?
What's the story? I asked the man why he had the dog in here. It's a service dog. Where's this jacket? Where's this proof? I don't have to show you. The law says I don't have to. I said, well, we'll go up to the desk then. I don't have to show them either. I said, because he's not a fucking service dog. And then the dog jumped on me. So I turned around and I kicked him in the ass.
The assaulter shown to be 80-year-old retiree Virginia Wargo Pitzner, while most people are reluctant to admit their crimes to the police. Before the officer could even get a word in, Virginia already confessed to assaulting Martin. The manner in which she describes the event shows a level of entitlement you'd think nobody could maintain after 80 years on Earth. It's clear that this Karen has never experienced consequences before, but that egocentric worldview of hers is about to be brought tumbling down.
You have your ID on you?
He then presented this thing. I don't do this. I don't sow this to people. But here's this thing. I said, shove it up your ass.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have to. Number one, you don't work here. It's not your right to be asking around.
It's not my right?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, here.
I don't need your debit card. I need your ID.
Why not? You're going to give me a ticket.
As a matter of fact, you are going to jail.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep. So, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Give me a fucking break.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Oh, wait. Can I put my wallet away?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
You guys have nothing better to do.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you
How old are you?
I'm 80.
You're 80, acting like a 14-year-old.
Ah, well, you're like a
Any weapons on you?
Yeah, my mouth.
I can see that.
You're just leaving that in the middle of the street? This is the biggest joke I've ever
So
seen.
for one thing.
What?
You want me to put this in your car? What do you want me to do with this?
If I tell you, you'll give me another ticket. No, I want to take it with me. Why would I not want my license, my credit cards, and all my money put back in my pocketbook and take it with me?
Okay. Well, I gotta search it before I take it. Okay?
I'll go right ahead. My pen might do something to you. Watch out. It's a James Bond pen. It'll kill you.
Yeah. Walk over to my car.
Oh, no, it's not your car. My car. I pay taxes.
I pay taxes as well. Probably pay
Okay.
more taxes than you.
I doubt it.
The officer deserves to be commended for how well he's handling the situation. This 80-year-old wasn't kidding when she said the only weapon on her is her mouth, as she's taken every opportunity to be as rude as possible to this officer. It really seems like she's delusional and doesn't understand the severity of her situation, but it'll quickly become clear.
Why do I not have a right to question a person when the law says you can't have animals in supermarkets and stores? Tell me.
Service animals are exempt, and you're not allowed to.
I asked him if it was
You're
a
not allowed
service
to
dog.
ask.
Why?
Because you're not allowed to. It's protected. There's people with disabilities. You didn't know that?
Because it's in his head. That's where his disability is.
He still doesn't have the right to make you kick someone.
The dog didn't have the right to jump on me, did he? Service animals don't jump on
You
people.
instigated the whole thing.
Bullshit. The dog jumped on me before I kicked him in the hips.
According to Florida Statute 413.08 subsection 4, any person who interferes with a disabled person with a service animal's admittance or enjoyment of public places is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by 30 hours of community service with an organization that helps disabled people. Virginia's incessant public outburst would likely constitute a violation of this law.
Where's your dog? I expected you to show up with a dog. What? I'm disappointed. You know, this hurts.
Not supposed to be comfortable.
Well, it's not supposed to hurt either that I got marks.
Virginia's mouth ended up only being a weapon used against herself. In the end, Virginia Ann Wargo Pitzner was arrested for the first time at 80 years old, charged with felony battery on a person over 65, as well as misdemeanor disorderly conduct. She was released on a $3,000 bail shortly after arriving at the Indian River County Jail, with the case still pending at the time of this recording. But Virginia's legendary sass seems laughable in the face of one of the most vitriolic, disrespectful Karens I've ever encountered. On the 1st of July 2022, at the JetBlue terminal in Fort Lauderdale International Airport, a worker reported a relatively regular occurrence to an on-site police officer. Someone had left their luggage unattended, but nobody had any idea just how far out of hand this seemingly simple situation would end up.
Started maybe like 10 minutes, and then that's when she called.
Okay.
After.
10 minutes ago, and then no one around it.
So it might have been there for longer.
Yeah.
We all know how extremely tight airport security can be, with constant announcements reminding travelers to never leave luggage unattended. As recently as March 2023, this very airport had to be evacuated when an unattended suitcase was found. Thankfully, after having a bomb-sniffing dog check this bag out, the officer found it'd be safe to search, in hopes of finding information on its owner.
This looks like documents.
Yeah.
Like
FAU, education.
Oh yeah, that's part of what's causing the gulf a little bit. Lisa Michelle Landy.
After searching its contents, the officer discovered that the bag belonged to a woman named Lisa Michelle Landy. With that name, JetBlue employees were able to find her information in the system and discover she was traveling. But it quickly came to light that her abandoning of her bag wasn't accidental, but rather extremely devious.
May I take a picture and put this on it as well? And
Sure,
send it to the
yeah.
gate agent?
it's broken, so.
Yeah. Let me show you the weight. Wow. 80 something pounds.
83. She's just leaving all her stuff, I guess.
That's like cargo. She didn't want to pay the $150 plus the bag fee, so she said, I'll leave it there and they'll have to send it to me.
Did the, what time does the flight leave?
They're supposed to be boarding. It is delayed, so he's going to pull her from it, so.
And the deputy over there's also looking for her.
This is good, because people try to get over. It's ridiculous.
So you'd have to send it to them if we locate the name and everything. So they that's how they kind of jump over the 150.
Yep.
Terrible.
Lisa had left her 83-pound bag to avoid paying a $150 fee, which is the $150 the employee and officer keep referring to. By leaving it unattended in the airport, a passenger can avoid the fee while the airline is forced to send it to the passenger's address at the airline's expense. Thankfully, the officer eventually receives an update that'll completely ruin this Karen's master plan.
Oh, jeez.
And now, you got to be even more concerned with your driving because you don't know the person that's on the road.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yo! Lady! We don't speak that here! What are you saying? Are you fucking kidding me? In the airport? In public? You said the N-word? Are you serious? You're yelling that shit here. No. Go. No, you're gonna go. No, you're gonna take your big ass fucking cancer. Get that fucking 83-pound suitcase. Excuse you, that's your shit.
But in that last moment when Lisa shoved the officer, she went from free to go to committing battery on an officer in 0 seconds flat. As we learned earlier from Destiny Froese, that's a felony carrying up to a 5-year sentence. And from here, things only get worse.
Go get it. Get downstairs, lady. Get downstairs.
I can't carry it.
No, get your shit. Go downstairs. Let's go. Excuse you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Get your hands
You're gonna get
off
arrested. That's what. Excuse you.
Stop.
No.
Stop. I want to see my mother tomorrow.
No, you're arrested now.
I'm not arrested.
No. Get. No. Put your hands behind your back. No. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Excuse you. Put your hands behind your back.
Please
stop.
You need to stop. You're too young, so you don't understand.
No, I'm not. You're acting like a freaking lunatic.
Late 80s, dying of cancer.
Nobody cares right now because you're acting like a lunatic at an airport. You're shouting racist, derogatory terms in the middle of an airport.
My mom is dying of cancer.
No. 3 Alpha 32. Can you have another unit come over here? I need, I'm gonna need transport for 105.
I just need to.
Lisa can add resisting arrest with violence to the offenses she's committed during her completely unnecessary tantrum, another felony that can carry up to a 5-year sentence. But as soon as she's subdued, she switches from vicious and violent to trying to play the sympathy card in a weak attempt to escape consequences.
All I want to do is see my mother.
You're not when you're blasted drunk, lady.
No, but this officer told me that tomorrow I can.
Well, not before you started yelling. You know what you just said?
You're a fucking spick. Get yourself.
Oh, I'm a spick. Oh, I'm a spick. Okay. I'm a spick. You got the wrong culture, lady.
Remember when I said hate crimes would come back? Well, Lisa just narrowly avoided committing one through her own stupidity and ignorance. Had the officer actually been Hispanic, she would have racked up another charge.
I'm a fucking spick, okay?
Get my hands out of here and hate Dean.
I can't even put her in my car.
Because guess what?
You have a cannon? You have a dog?
Yeah.
There's such a thing as guns in South Florida, Dean.
What are you trying to say? You have ID on you?
No.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna find your.
I got her. Just tell them we're at door 323.
323.
My number.
Just tell them we're at door 232. I have to let me shut this off.
All that over a $150 baggage fee. In the end, Lisa Michelle Landry got lucky. The officers only charged her with one of the many felonies they could have: assault on an officer. Lisa was also charged with misdemeanor disorderly intoxication, which is punishable by up to a year in jail. With video evidence against her, this Karen didn't stand a chance at trial, instead striking a plea bargain that landed her on community service and probation. Also, it should go without saying that she won herself a luxury, all-expenses-paid, lifetime ban from JetBlue Airlines. Click the video on screen and watch as I break down more cases.